so for today, I wanted to go into the fallacy of accepting stuttering. So I have, over the past few months, have heard a lot of things on the radio, or I have read a few things, and it all says that I need to be proud of myself, I need to accept myself, it's who I am. So that's just basically what I want to go into, and why it's just not true. So what I hear a lot is that you should accept your stutter and you should be proud of it, as it makes you who you are. So that assumes you like who you are when you stutter, or it assumes that you like your life how it is due to your stutter. I know this is just in my journey. I didn't like who I was when I started because I didn't have friends. I wasn't confident. Whenever I thought something, I wouldn't say it, something simple that I wanted to add to the conversation. When I started, like I said, I didn't have the friends I wanted. I had friends who accepted me for the stutter I had. And when I wanted to add something to a conversation, it could have been something small. It could have been something that I thought was funny. It could have been something important, but sometimes I just kept quiet most of the time because I felt that if I said something, I would stutter. So how can you say it makes me who I am? I don't know who I was when I started because I had a job that I didn't like because I started, and it was the only job I didn't have to speak in. So that wasn't who I was. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I came across as less smart than most fluent speakers. I would sit and think, I'm much smarter than this person who can say whatever he wants. But because I can't speak, I sound stupid. I sound like I don't have an opinion. I sound like I just haven't ever read a book. So that just does not make sense to me. I don't understand why you would accept it when you are quite capable of changing it. It's not like you lose a limb and then you have to accept that, unfortunately, because we cannot just grow limbs. So in that situation, if I sat and I dwelled on it, that would not be good for my mental health. But if you're just being lazy to practice and to cure your stutter, and then you want to use the excuse, oh, it's who I am, that's not going to get you very far in life, in my opinion. Okay, the second thing that I hear a lot is that there is no cure for stuttering. You just have to accept that you stutter and accept that you will stutter for the rest of your life. I do not agree with that because myself and 100 other people, including everybody here, all knows that we don't have to stutter for the rest of our lives. I always wondered as a child, I don't stutter around the people I'm comfortable with. I don't stutter around my family or in certain situations. And in certain situations, I'm nervous, but I don't stutter. But then on the next day, I'm nervous and I do stutter. So when I ask people, but here I am not stuttering, I've been told, oh, but actually it's in the mind. So I say, it's a great thing that it's in the mind, because if it was physical, then you couldn't change it. If it was physical, like you were in a wheelchair, then you definitely you can't get up and walk. But it's not physical. You admit it's not physical. So you're saying it's in your mind. And if it's in your mind, you can change it. I've also been told that I stutter because I have a block in my chest, a physical block. So I asked the person, if you have a physical block in your chest, why does it only allow you to stutter in some certain circumstances and allow you to be fluent in other circumstances? If it's physical, it's there. Can you explain if it goes away in some situations? And they couldn't answer me. So I don't agree with that. And I never have. It just makes no sense that it's physical. Okay, and then lastly, I've heard that people who stutter can have lives that are just as fulfilling as fluent speakers have. I don't agree with that. I don't know if any PWS can agree with that, because again, I was in a job that I hated. So how can I go into a job that I hate only because I don't have to speak? How is that fulfilling? I had friends I didn't like I said. How is that fulfilling? So I choose my friends because of the people who accept me rather than the people who I like and want to spend my time with. I did not attend social gatherings because I knew I had to introduce myself, And therefore, the gatherings I wanted to go to, I couldn't go to. So I had to go to things where I knew I'd have someone to either introduce me to every single person, or to a gathering where there wouldn't have to be introductions. How is that fulfilling? I don't agree with that fact. Yes, you can have a good life, you can have a really nice life, but your life would be 100 times better if you didn't stutter. Also, I used to have to ask people to call for me to order from restaurants, or if you can, I need to speak in this situation, can you help me? Can you do this for me? That's not fulfilling in my opinion. So no, you cannot have just as a fulfilling life as fluent speakers have, because a fluent speaker can do absolutely everything on their own, and unfortunately you can't. So as a person who stutters. Okay, so the main point I'm trying to make is that if you stutter, it can be cured, and that you do not have to make the best of stuttering. You don't have to adapt your life to having a stutter, when with a bit of work, you can be fluent within a few months. I think that what a lot of people actually struggle with is that they have this fear, which is what I had, is that, oh, when I stop stuttering, I can't use the excuse of, oh, sorry, I can't do that, I stutter. When I had a job I hated, I always use the excuse, well, I can't get a better job. I can't get a job where I'm a manager or where I'm in a position of power because I stutter. So it's my excuse. Oh, I don't have to go out and mingle and make friends and have to be smart and make jokes, because I can be in my room, and when people ask me, why don't you go out and make an effort to make friends? Oh, I stutter. So I think a lot of people use it as a shield to not do things and to not reach their potential. It's just an attitude of, I don't have to do it because I stutter, because I can't. So that's all that I hear from people who stutter, and we have to change their minds and let them see that everything which they have been taught for however many years is not true, and we have proof of that.